Good afternoon, Mopar Nation. Luke from Steve White Motors. I'm standing outside and we've got kind of a cool project we're going to do. Years ago when I started autocrossing and road racing a heavy, big Challenger, nobody was doing it. Very few people were doing anything to do with a Challenger or a Charger on an autocross course or a road course of any sort. Of course, I've been doing it now since about 2014 and I've had some success with it. Been invited through USCA multiple times to SEMA. We competed at COTA at the Performance Expo a few years ago, and we've had some success with it. Anyway, so we decided that as some of these cars are reaching second and third owners now, a lot of people are starting to do different things with them. Back in the past, you know, the last 4 or 5 years, everybody was concentrating on Demons or Super Stocks or Red Eyes and going drag racing. Not a lot of people are autocrossing or doing some, you know, spirited driving, time attack kind of stuff. And so we decided we're going to, you know, in conjunction with us and Steve White Motors and Petty's Garage, we decided we're going to do some cool, a couple of cool things. So we're going to develop some components. But one of the things we're going to do is, and this is going to be the beginning of our kind of a stage 1, 2, and maybe 3 time attack type vehicles. So I've got our we have a brand new 23 RT sitting right beside me here, and I'll post some pictures of it afterwards. But one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to start building some packages where a lot of people that may want to do autocross, maybe not at the professional level or at national, you know, competition levels, but want to have some fun with these cars or want to do some track days. One of the things that we're going to do is we're going to do a time attack type setup, and we'll have several different layers of it, probably like a stage 1, 2, and probably a stage 3. Of course, depending on the level, the expense will go up. But for somebody that may not have a skill set where they can modify these cars on their own, we're going to offer some packages and do some really cool things. First car we're going to do is a little, I don't know if you can see it behind me, and I'll post some pictures of it afterwards. We've got a brand new 23 Challenger Last Call RT, and of course we're going to go automatic. I know it's an automatic, it's not a manual transmission, but still, unfortunately in today's world, not many people can drive a stick, a manual or a straight drive like some people would like to call them. But anyway, this car is going to get some strut braces. It's going to get our basic stage 1. It's going to get our Steve White Performance stripe. It's going to get front and rear strut braces. It's going to get our wing, and it's also going to get lowered. We're going to lower the vehicle approximately 1.25 inches front and back, give it a different stance, and that will be kind of our first package, our first stage 1 type package that we're going to offer to customers. And then we'll have a more advanced stage 2, and of course we'll have a very serious level 3 where we, you know, start reducing weight out of the vehicle and do some other crazy stuff with the car. But remember, this is, of course, Luke from Steve White Motors. We're that little dealer at the foothills of the Appalachians that has no weird doc fees. No, we never charge documentation fees or PDI fees or weird. You know, some of these dealers are charging, I've seen as much as $9.95 for doc fees. So they're charging you $1,000 to fill out some paperwork for you. Paperwork that you're going to sign. Makes absolutely no sense. We don't do any of those silly things. The other thing too is starting on February the 19th, we're going to have a last call sale that's going to be really cool. There's going to be some significant discounts on this vehicle, as we knew that these cars were going to be the last call of the, you know, the modern, at least this body style Challenger Charger. We purposely ordered more vehicles just because of it, because we knew that, you know, going forward, if you're an old muscle car, an old hot rodder, and you really want a cool car, this is kind of the last ones before we go to whatever comes next. So we purposely ordered a bunch of these cars. So we have a bunch of these, probably about 120 Challenger Chargers. We got some jailbreaks. We've got some RTs. We've got some scat backs. And like I said, the first one that we're going to modify is a stage 1. It's going to be really cool. I'm going to post a couple of pictures of this car afterwards, and as we build this thing and lower it and do some really fun things with it, we'll post the pictures and see how people like it, and we'll see where it takes us. Again, Luke from Steve White Motors. We're that little dealer in the foothills that has the really good pricing. We do everything right. We have no weird dock fees of any sort. And we have a bunch of last call vehicles that are available, and we really look forward to servicing you. Thank you. See ya.